Hello, welcome to another recap video. This movie is about a high school girl named Nishimori Aoi. With her friend, they run to the school to get to the gym as there is a basketball game which is about to start. She starts cheering for a boy in that team who is very popular among the girls. His name is Shusei Kugayama, which they call him Shu. He is among the players and wins the game. Aoi narrates and says that her parents have moved to another city for work 2 years ago, but she insisted on staying here because all her friends are there. Her parents allow her to stay there alone and continue attending school there. However, she isn't living there alone. When she goes back home from shopping and starts preparing food, surprisingly, someone appears behind her, and that person is the same boy who played basketball earlier, Shu. He has been living with her at her house for about a year now. They start preparing food together, and it shows that they are in a romantic relationship as he's very affectionate towards her. The first day that they met is shown where she started yelling at him for breaking her friend's heart as she confessed to him and pushed him down the stairs. He hurt his arm and leg, so she tried to carry her back to his home, but realized that he lived in the next-door unit, so they are neighbors. He'd recently moved there, so they didn't know they were neighbors. She tried to cook something for him, but burned the kitchen, so until the kitchen got fixed, he stayed at her unit. They put a divider between, so they wouldn't interfere with each other. Nishimori is afraid of thunder sound, so when there is a thunder, she would start screaming. Shu reached for her hand from the other side of curtain and tried to calm her. They slowly started to fall in love with each other, and he stayed there and never went back to his unit. They are hiding their relationship from others because she doesn't want them to find out that they are living together and cause unnecessary rumors. However, he wants to tell them about their relationship. One day, they go to school and see that everyone is gathered as there is a new transfer student from the United States. He has red hair and his name is Rion. He starts speaking in English and looking down on everyone there, which makes Nishimori very angry. She approaches him and tells him that he is new to this school, but should be respectful to others as everyone there is valuable and doesn't deserve his rude behavior. He starts ignoring her and keeps saying things in English, which makes her angrier that he doesn't apologize. She starts running to him to make him apologize, but suddenly falls down. However, before falling on the ground, she pulls from his pants to avoid hitting the ground. This makes him embarrassed. He wants to fight with her, but Shu comes to protect her. It turns out that Rion is Shu's cousin who has returned to Japan. They greet each other, and Rion offers him to play basketball together. He says that if he wins, Shu should go back to the United States with him because his father and uncle are waiting for him. Shu says that he doesn't want to go back. Rion asks him if it is because of a girl, and he says yes. Now Rion is more determined to know who that girl is who prevents his cousin from going back. Nishimori gets worried that Shu will go back with Rion. However, as he's drying her hair, he tells her that he won't go back and will stay with her. She's just happy to be with him and tells him that waking up every day in the same place as him and eating food with him just makes her very happy. He confirms that after moving in with her, he has changed a lot and has never experienced this much of love before. He considers Nishimori as his family and loves her a lot. He approaches her, and they share a beautiful kiss. On the other hand, Rion wants to find Shu's girlfriend as he doesn't tell him who she is. He starts approaching girls at the school and asks them if they have boyfriend. Nishimori sees this and gets very worried that he'll find her one day. Shu is working as a waiter in a restaurant. His brother, who is a photographer, visits him and asks him why he doesn't want to go back and continue their uncle's business as he wants to trust everything to him. Shu again says that he doesn't want to. His brother knows about Nishimori and tells him to think more about this matter before making a decision. Rion has Shu's address and goes there. At that moment, Nishimori comes back home and sees him there. She tells him that this is the wrong address and shows him a wrong direction to go. However, Rion doesn't believe her and follows her to her unit. She prevents him from going inside and tries to hide everything quickly, like their pictures and her clothes. She goes back and invites him inside. Nishimori tells him that she's Shu's maid, who often comes there to do housework, but no one knows about it. She does her best to view everything as natural as possible, but at that moment, Shu comes back home. She runs to him and says that she's his maid, so he won't say another thing. However, he puts his bag down, pulls her forward, and kisses her in front of Rion, so he would know that she is his girlfriend. Rion says that he can't believe it. Shu suggests him to live with them for some time, and he will see how valuable Nishimori is, and how much she affects his life. Rion agrees to stay there, but tells him that if he doesn't see what he sees in her, he has to go back with him. Rion starts living with them, and witnesses how every day they wake up together, happily eat breakfast, get ready for school, and she always asks what they want for dinner, and they prepare it together. This is unnatural for him, which makes him surprised. She now prepares school lunch for both of them and gives them in the morning. She irons his clothes, and he secretly watches her from behind, and doesn't want to accept Shu's words that Nishimori is a great person who deserves to be loved. Nishimori witnesses how Rion has become more comfortable with them and enjoys his time during their dinner time together. One night, as they are lying down, Rion again says that no matter how long he stays there, he won't approve Nishimori. She gets very angry and can't control her anger anymore, so she stands up and starts yelling at him. She says that he has no right to judge her and give her a rating as she is very valuable. Shu starts laughing and says that he loves her angry side. Rion starts complaining again, which makes Shu angry too, so he takes Rion's stuff and tells him to move back to his house as he has no space here. He doesn't want Nishimori to feel uncomfortable. Shu tells his brother that he doesn't want to take over his uncle's business, but wants to go to the United States for studying and earn some money through his uncle's business, so he will be able to support Nishimori in the future because he doesn't want to be an unreliable person for her. Shu's mother has left them, and his father only thinks about work, so he sees Nishimori as his only family, and he wants to make a great future for her. Nishimori wants to buy something for Shu. Rion appears there and wants to help her. She starts saying that she wants to get close to him too, and become friends with him. Rion takes her hand and goes to the fitting room trying to kiss her. He says that she is an easy girl who wants to get close to him too. She slaps him on his face and then leaves. He regrets for what he said earlier. Shu runs to find her at night and sees that she's letting go of her anger. He starts calming her and says that Rion isn't a bad person, but just tries to convince him to go back. He hugs her tightly and tells her that nothing can stand between their love, even his cousin can't. She buys pudding for Rion to surprise him without knowing that he has also prepared pudding for her and wrote the note sorry on top of it to apologize to her. They both start eating together, and she says that she has forgiven him. Rion starts telling her that Shu has always been his hero who talked to him first when no one wanted to become friends with him. He isn't confident that he can run his father's business, so he wants Shu to go back with him and take care of everything. Nishimori tells him that he is a very talented boy, and he shouldn't compare himself with Shu as they are totally different. Shu is behind the door and is listening to them. She says that each person has their own talents and uniqueness which can't be compared to others. Rion calls her cute and says thanks her in English. Shu gets very jealous and goes inside quickly. He rushes to Nishimori as he passes by Rion quickly and kisses her to show that they love each other because Shu has realized that Rion is slowly developing feelings for Nishimori, which he wants to prevent it at any cost. When they go to school, a rumor has spread that Nishimori has a boyfriend. She doesn't know what to say. Shu wants to go and say that he's her boyfriend, but Rion approaches her quicker and says that she's dating with him. She has no other choice but to accept it. Shu has become quieter as he doesn't know how to tell her about his decision, and she's realized this change and wants to talk to him about it. School festival is approaching, and each class is preparing an event for the festival. Nishimori's class is preparing desserts, and she's the head baker for the event. She bakes some desserts and asks Shu to taste them and give his opinion about them. He tastes them and always enjoys whatever she bakes. She is searching for scissors where she suddenly sees Shu's college application. This is very shocking to her. He sees it and wants to explain it to her by telling her that he will only be gone for 4 years. He tells her how he wants to create a financially secure future for her so they can live comfortably and tries to calm her. However, she doesn't get convinced with his words and says that she can't live without him for even a day. She takes her stuff and leaves. The day of the event approaches where Rion has enthusiastically prepared for it to win in the festival. He is curious to see what Shu's class has prepared. Shu wears a rabbit costume. When Rion sees Nishimori, he says that she is very cute, and he can't believe that he is attracted to her now and wants to stop it. They have a game for the couples where they force Rion and Nishimori to participate in the game as everyone thinks they are a couple. They participate in it, but get each question wrong as none of their answers match. The punishment for losing the game is that they put them on the stage and ask them to kiss each other. She gets very surprised and tells him that they shouldn't do it, but he slowly approaches her to kiss her. However, Shu approaches them wearing panda hat and takes her away from there. She says that she doesn't understand him as he wants to leave her, but he still loves her. She doesn't go back home and stays outside in the rain. Rion accidentally sees him on his way home. They suddenly announce that Metro is not working for a couple of hours, so Rion takes Nishimori to his house to get changed. Shu calls to talk to her, but she says that she doesn't want to talk to him. He gives her his clothes to wear as she was under the rain. He wants to keep his distance from her and not get attracted to her at all, but he keeps looking at her. Shu finally decides to run and bring Nishimori back home. He starts running under the rain and has realized that by staying with Nishimori, he can create a bright future for them and has decided to not go to United States. His brother comes to pick him up with his car. He tells him that he should do what his heart tells him and he won't pressure him anymore. He's afraid of losing that one person who is his entire family. As Nishimori is lying on the sofa, she hugs Rion and starts calling him Shu. She thinks he's Shu. Rion can't control his feelings anymore. He approaches her and wants to kiss her. At that moment, Shu arrives there and knocks on the door, and Nishimori wakes up. When she sees Rion close to her, she pushes him away. Shu comes in quickly and asks her to go home with him. She agrees, takes her stuff, and goes back home without talking to Rion. After all these, Shu decides to talk to Rion and clear all the misunderstandings. Rion suddenly says that he kissed Nishimori. Shu gets angry and starts hitting him. Rion suddenly says that he lied, and they never kissed because Nishimori only loves him and no one else. They stop fighting. Rion says that he will go back to take care of his father's business and tells Shu that he should stay with the person that he loves, and he will support them in any way that he can. They finally cleared all the misunderstandings between them. The picture of Nishimori with Shu has become viral online, and they are calling her a two-timer. Shu sees the post too and rushes to protect her. Everyone starts criticizing Nishimori. She tries to avoid them, but the girls make her fall down. However, Shu comes on time and catches her. He hugs her tightly and announces that she has always been his girlfriend, and nobody has the right to say something bad about her. They suddenly hear Rion's voice. He starts saying that he has never dated Nishimori, and it was just a lie. He says that he misjudged her in the beginning, but now he sees that his cousin has made the right choice of loving her. In front of everyone, Shu confesses his feelings to her by saying, "I love you," and that she has filled his empty and lonely life in this past year, which he doesn't want to lose it, so he won't go anywhere. She confesses her feelings too, and they share a romantic kiss. The movie ends with the scene that both Nishimori and Shu have confessed their feelings and are happy together. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for upcoming recap videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. Bye everyone.